Buhari have no good record in Nigeria, and may his soul not rest in peace, because the thing you do to a heartless man is to give him punishment. Buhari deserve big punishment.
I don't know whether to mourn. Mourn who? Mourn for what? I saw Buhari's daughter crying in front of the hospital. These people think that they are special while we are animals. Buhari's wife is alleged to have said that her husband asked for forgiveness for the mistakes he made. So Buhari knows the word forgiveness. When Ogedegbe and Bartholomew Owo were retroactively sentenced to death for trafficking in drugs. I hate drug trafficking. The whole world pleaded with Buhari to commute their sentences. Buhari tied them to the stake and fired them, shot them. Buhari, forgiveness. Forgiveness for NYSC members that were killed because you talked about baboon and monkey blood because of your greed, your vain ambition to win elections. People's children were killed. Forgive you, Buhari, when you said that Sharia is something you must pursue to its logical conclusion. And people's hands were cut off in some of the states for stealing goat. Meanwhile, your cronies, they say you are as clean as a whistle. One rubbish human being that talked rubbish throughout his houseboyship with you. Clean as a whistle. The man that in the Bible that returned the one talent they gave to him was clean as a whistle, but he was unproductive. Buhari, what did you contribute to the development of Nigeria from the military era till you spent 8 years, wasted 8 years of the life of our country, set us back 8 years, and went to die in London? Koni Dafwe should forgive you. The children that were shot dead during EndSARS, their parents should forgive you. The ones that were thrown into the river, the ones that disappeared without trace, their parents should forgive you because you are so special. I was amazed to see northern youths dancing Buhari Yamutu. Really Yamutu. They were dancing for your own people to be celebrating, for your own people to be dancing. In the streets, some of them were dancing inside water. Water shows how bad and wicked you are. Buhari was a cancer in our country. They say we should not talk ill of the dead. The dead should behave well while they are alive, so that we won't talk ill of them. Shakespeare said that the evil that men do lives after them. And if the evil lives after them, the comments will live after them. Buhari had an opportunity, was governor of Gongola State, became military head of state, became president twice, and he didn't do anything. We must talk ill of wicked people who create evil in our country, so that those who are alive will know what will become of them. Now, Buhari died in London. All the mumu, useless human beings, they are flying down with our money. With our money. Nigerian embassy is there. Nigerian embassy is there. Can the embassy arrange for the evacuation of his body? Who wants to steal his body? Is he Umar Rodiko? Can they arrange to bring him here? You will spend our money to go there for medical treatment. You will spend our money to die there. You will spend our money to carry you back. Una dey craze. Now the craze. I'm ashamed to be here. See everything organized. This house I'm living in, they want to knock it down. This house is still a very new house in in Nigeria, in Victoria Island. They want to knock it down. That is an old house. Because the people are utilizing their money well. We cannot continue like this. Buhari, you didn't do well. You didn't do well. You brought all these bandits into this country. You didn't do well.
So when I got the news of President Buhari's death, the first thing that came to my mind is the fact that, you know, the mere fact that the former president died in a private clinic in London tells you everything you need to know about the class and kind of leaders we have. For being president for 8 years, and you kept treating ear infections in London. And then again today, the Buhari, no matter how you look at it, I'm not his family member, but what we know about him is what he did with power as a president. And that is what we are going to talk about. Buhari as a person or as a leader was the greatest calamity that befell Nigeria since maybe modern history. He was the mistake that should not have been made. And what we are suffering in Nigeria is the ghost of the Buhari administration. A leader who ruled without empathy for the living and did never honor the life of the dead. Death is not a canonization of evil men to becoming saints, or it's not a baptism that washes away original sin. Everything we spend our time doing as we live is what will be discussed and the legacy. And the way Nigerians will mourn is their own way to grieve, and everybody should stick with the truth, because at the end of it all, we should know that when we are alive and we have the opportunity, then we should do what we want to be discussed when we die. If there is anything that culminates, I think, the Buhari legacy, it will be October 20th, 2020. Imagine if his only son, Yusuf, was amongst the innocent Nigerians who were seated at the toll gate, waving their country's flag and singing the national anthem, protesting police brutality. What was his response? Unleashing firearms at peaceful protesters, amongst many others. His own chief of army staff died in a plane crash in the line of duty. President Buhari did not leave the villa to go and pay his last respect at the military cemetery. The former president, who he toppled his government, Shagari, died in December of 2018, 28th of December. He was buried on the 29th. Buhari never went there. So there was this disdain and the ruling or leading of Nigeria like a monarch. 78 persons were buried in a mass burial in Benue State, killed within security under Buhari's administration. He did not raise a finger. So look, no matter how much you want to whitewash anything, it is important that people stick to the truth. And our current leaders should know that power is transient, and even the worst of tyrants still have an end. So we must do with power what it is needed for the good of people.
So you're saying that Nigerians should not forget why people mourn, because again, you know, the federal government has come out to say tomorrow is a public holiday, Tuesday, public holiday. What do you say to that? Do you think that is the right thing to do?
Well, I think that politicians will do what they need to do. The government will do what they need to do. And by the way, Buhari and Tinubu are each other's legacies. They inherit themselves and complement themselves in failure. So whatever it is that they do, one of the greatest mischief of the Buhari presidency was the fact that a man who was the beneficiary of a seemingly free and fair election that was conducted by the former President Jonathan could not at least bequeath the legacy of free and fair elections to Nigeria. And that is why we are where we are today. So whatever the political class are doing, it is up to them. Let every Nigerian mourn the same way that they want. I mean, a lot of lives were lost under the Buhari presidency. So we have thoughts and prayers that are shared across Plateau, Benue, and every other state. So Buhari is just one person who that has died like every other person. So every other one who is in power now should also learn the lesson, including myself who is speaking, because we will all live at some point.
I was shocked, not because Buhari died, but I was shocked at the reactions. Not because I didn't believe in those reactions, but I was shocked at the barrage of anti-Buhari sentiments that were expressed in the social media for various reasons. And it opened my eyes. It opened my eyes. Let me confess that I'd always been a Buhari fan. But I just wish that after his tenure as a military president, he didn't step into the murky waters of politics, because I believe, at the very least, in being polite, that it demystified him. And that demystification happened to me yesterday. My eye just opened. And it's very sad that the Buhari I grew to know way back in 83, had he been, at that time, had he been president or head of state for at least 6 years or 7 years, this country wouldn't have been the same. But the Buhari that came, apparently into, and I was one of those that campaigned for him. And all the theories that I put, none of it worked. None of it worked. So yesterday my eyes opened and I could now understand the anger of most Nigerians. What they didn't say, but was implied, was that he laid the foundation for the problem.
Hi, my people, welcome back. I know many of you must have watched all the video and see the reaction of many Nigerians who have spoken in this video concerning Buhari's. When Buhari been there alive, many people don't feel many things. Get people will be say they don't buy during the time where be say we get some people will be say them injured, especially that NSAS protest where they by people when himself he allowed all these military guys to shoot anyone where be say they like. That same Buhari before he buy, he tell him wife that make him wife tell Nigerians that me Nigerians forgive him. Now they hear the thing where we say they go on. Person where we say many persons life don't go because of him. Now he go come and say may they forgive him. We even though Nigerians now agree to forgive him, even God himself not go forgive him. Because people will go during that man time. If they say they go count them, they go pass billion. People will go during his time, people were injured during his time. If they say they go count them, they go pass trillion. That is why you see all these guys where you see that they talk the verse, they talk about what this man don't do. Because I see me they forgive and where they can't forgive him now. All these persons where you see that they treat us bad, they can't follow the footstep, can't buy. Before they go buy again, they go say me they forgive him. So nobody forgive him. Now we think everybody they talk. And why me I did in support of those who say they no go forgive him be say if he go meet those people where we say they buy during his own tenure and tell them to forgive him, those one where they don't buy already, if those one go feel forgive him, the people where we say they see their life now go feel forgive him. So I don't know about you what we say the hear us now. Wait till you get to talk about this Buhari buying and his own forgiveness that he seek for before he died. So if you want if you have anything what we say you want talk concerning this, make you drop your own thoughts for inside comment section, and also if not today be your first time, make you like, share, subscribe. Thank you.